Being recorded.
Hey, Meridian, welcome. You got right on in there. So, guys, we're going to go on and get started. I see we have a special guest on this morning. I am Phyllis Nash. I am one of the co-founders here at Akana. Real excited to be before you at the Diamond Factory, where we get together each and every Tuesday through Friday, like-minded, starting our day off in a positive way. And so before I get started, I'm going to go on and bring up our CEO. Yep, you heard it. She is here again today. Our phenomenal visionary, someone I've known so long and has done so many phenomenal things in this industry. From the very first day I met her, I knew she was a winner when she had just fired her boss the day before. That's right, fired her boss. How many people do you know that fired their boss, but went on in the social selling industry to become a giant? The MVP of 3 companies, over 33,000 people in our organization, then came out of social selling, went into corporate America, being the CEO of a cannabis company. And in 2019, here we started Wakana, and she is here before us. And so you know she got a special message. So Melissa, take it away.
Hey, Phyllis, thank you so much. Just appreciate all that you do. And as you're sharing the accolades about me, it just reminds me of how big this industry is and the relationships and the bonds that we build with people that last forever. And I want to just make an acknowledgement this morning because between Friday evening and Saturday, I mean, many of you know I've been celebrating my birthday, got up on Saturday at a birthday breakfast. We did some home parties. Had just probably about an hour of sleep, right? So I came home on Saturday, and all I wanted to do, Phyllis, was go to sleep. I don't know what it was, but I just know that I needed to sleep. You know, when I did the call yesterday, I had no idea that we had lost someone who's such a treasure to us. And so for those of you who don't know, Erica Zachary made her transition on Sunday morning. Now I'm going to say something because I don't know what this means, and you can listen to it and figure out perhaps what you feel the meaning is. But on Saturday, when I fell asleep, again, I was exhausted. And sometimes through that night, I know that I had some type of spiritual experience. And I had to share this because I knew that it was such a vivid experience that hopefully it would just give everyone peace in knowing that there is such a power of life, but there's also a power in death and the release of the physical body as we make that transition into the spiritual. And so I was sleeping, right? And this dream just, we sometimes are sleeping, we have these dreams, and my dream was a party. We were having a party because, Phyllis, you know what we do. We party, we celebrate, and it was a very intimate party. It was a home party, and we were together. We were all just fellowshipping. Now, the party came to an end, and I really hadn't paid attention, but there was someone very special at this party, and this person was none other than Erica Zachary. She stood up. She had this long, almost like robe on. It was this long outfit. It was a little sheer. It was not white, but it was a little bit off-white, had flowers on it. And when I looked at her face, she was glowing. She was standing up. She just looked so radiant. And in that moment, it was so real to me. All I could do at that time was we hugged, we embraced. She kissed me on my cheek. I kissed her on her cheek. And here's the crazy part about it. So I had this dream as I was sleeping through the night up through Sunday. And I know that morning, many people were trying to get a hold of me. Again, just busy with many, many things, hadn't connected with anyone. After the call on Monday, I received a phone call that Erica had made her transition. And I'm just telling you guys that I just know that we are in the hands of God because I feel within my heart there is such a deep connection with Erica and Akana that really transcends logic. And I felt like in hearing that she had passed and knowing what I had experienced through the night on Saturday up through Sunday, what it made me realize is she has impacted our lives in so many ways. And her connection with us as a family is so strong. And it will last a lifetime. We can all just share memories of Erica. I mean, I can remember even the first time I met her in person was at the Ruby Retreat here in Chicago. What it taught me was not just her strength, but the strength of Troy and how Troy was there by her side every step of the way. All of you who were at that retreat, how everyone just gathered around Erica to ensure she was taken care of. I remember she spoke at that retreat. I remember her joining our medical advisory team. I remember her faithfully showing up every single Wednesday when we had the original doctor's call. Then on Tuesdays, I remember her educating and sharing so much with each and every one of you at our conference. As a member of our medical advisory board, I mean, Erica went on to win so many awards. I mean, from our Legacy, Freedom Awards, Health Award. I mean, she was such an ambassador for hope, for inspiration. She became an emerald leader. She consistently crushed CV every time we had CV contests. She was a top leader on that board. And I can remember the last time we were all together, with Erica. It was there at our 420 Lifestyle Conference in Las Vegas. I mean, I'm telling you what, she came there despite her struggles, despite what she was going through. I mean, I remember even with the boot camp, she wanted to be there. In fact, they made the trip, but she didn't have the strength, right, to get to the boot camp. I mean, they started the journey, but she just couldn't endure. And here's what I'm here to tell you. When I think about the fight in Erica, I mean, she was fighting MS unknowingly at the same time dealing with colon cancer. She not only ran her race, but a race so much stronger than most of the people I know not battling 1% of her issues. And so we're going to honor Erica. We're going to honor others, at our 420 Lifestyle Conference in Chicago. But I want to leave you with something, because this is really what helped me. As I went and read 2 Corinthians 5-8, what it reminded me was to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. We know Erica was suffering. I remember even in July when I was in Atlanta, I called her because I had someone who was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis. And I knew Erica was always there to give an encouraging word. And when I called her, she was just so transparent and honest. She said, Melissa, this is not the best day. She says, I am hurting. She says, I am in pain. She says, but I am just so blessed and happy to make that connection with whoever needs to hear me today. And she talked and just went through her truth and really impacted that woman in such a way as she was dealing and battling her own pain. So as we mourn Erica and so many of our loved ones who have transitioned on, to remember the fact that, yes, we miss their physical presence, but if we are believers and understand the power of spirit and understand the power of God, the absence of the physical body is what death is. But it's the release of illness. It's the release of cancer. It's the release of stress, anxiety, pain, MS. Her physical suffering is over. So let's keep her family, Ayanna, Tariq, and Troy, uplifted in our prayers. Her cousins, Larry and Gail Howard, her upline leaders, Margaret Dorsey, Willie and Ann Mooney, her team, all of her sideline partners, all of you who I know loved Erica so much. I know every day she was on with Dr. Roz for Rebound with Akana, and just every contribution she made. She's been heavy on my heart since I talked to her husband yesterday. But just so that you know, the love that we as a corporate team had for Erica will have for eternity. And Phyllis, I thank you for giving me this time, because after the call ended and I found out this, I was just devastated. I couldn't believe it. I knew she was suffering, but I just didn't know that would be the phone call that I would get. And so I'm going to pass it on to you, because I know how much you loved Erica, how much you fought for Erica every day. I know there might be others on the line too. I know Christian might be on there as well, but just want to take the time this morning to reflect on someone who was so near and dear to all of us. So Phyllis, over to you.
Thank you, Melissa. And we hear all your heartfelt sympathy, condolences, everything is right there in your voice, and your emotion is coming across 100%. Normally, I'm a crybaby, but I see you crying, and that is so unusual. So I am not crying right now because I remember what an inspiration she was to everybody and a helping hand. Like you said, there are so many times that I was called her to ask her to help me with someone that had the same issues that she did, and she was always there. And so what I do know is that my thing this month, because it is National Women's Month, was to speak about a phenomenal Black woman and honor her. But what better person this morning and all month long, forever, to honor than our own Erica Zachary and her sacrifice and her family? Somebody that came to this business because she wanted to try the products to see if it could change her health issues, and then went on to be an advocate. She was really a representative and an ambassador, like you said, because in getting the relief and some of the better quality of life, and just hearing her talk about how she would be in her room, and her life was her room because it was very painful for her to come downstairs, and then to be able to come downstairs, to get on the flat belly lifestyle, to lose the weight, to get sassy and to pose in her pictures to show her weight loss, to be on every event that we were on, struggling. I never will forget her Ruby retreat. You right. Everybody was there to take care of her because they knew if she could do it, we wanted to make it as easy as possible for her to maneuver. And just the thought of how she inspired and impacted each and every one of our lives, her story should impact us to take our lives to a whole nother level, because I don't have one tenth of what Erica did. And she continued through all the way to the end. I didn't bother her at the end. I didn't call her, but I had her in my prayers. I would send texts, and I just know that, she knew how our family felt about her and her family. And we thank her family for allowing us to be a part of the journey that Erica had, to inspire each and every one of us, to touch each and every one of us, to touch people that she didn't even know, and probably change their lives, to be such a trooper, because when she decided to be part of the business, she was a business owner. She did go promote her business. I'll never forget when we went there and we were doing the events. And I really did not know the toll that MS played on her. You all know me, I'm pushing. And she told me afterwards, she said, "Phyllis, you pushed me to my very limit." And she said, and I wasn't feeling like doing all that I did, but the more I did, the more I know I could do. And she sat there, she bioscanned, she participated in the closing, getting the people signed up. And we had such a phenomenal event there when we visited them. And so, I know there are other people that might want to speak. I don't know if Margaret Dorsey is on. I don't know if Willie Mooney. I know that you probably want to speak. And this is the morning that we are just going to honor and let our thoughts be shared about how we felt about Erica. And I know many of you were impacted by her, because I know you called her to get a referral, to get a three-way to somebody that needed to hear from her. So Willie, I see you. If anybody else would like to unmute after him, do so. We're going to keep it going for a few more minutes. Willie Mooney, if you're there, you can unmute. If you're not crying. Okay. Anybody else that wants to speak, you can unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Hi, this is Margaret Dorsey. How are you guys doing?
Oh, I thought you were Granny. I was going to say, "Hey, Granny Adams." That's whose name is showing up.
Yeah, well, I'm displaced at her house.
I know.
There you go. This has been so amazing and pleasing to hear. Erica was just everything that you guys have said, and it's interesting what Melissa shared this morning, because there has been the spiritual movement about her health in terms of how she's affected us. I mean, everybody that kind of knew in this last couple of weeks that she really was in hospice, she really was being taken care of, We got a chance to talk to her last weekend, and as you guys are revealing, she was always encouraging to us, always uplifting, always there for other people. Even though you could barely hear her voice on the phone, she was always positive. And so it has really been, heartwarming to hear the accolades about her this morning, and also a testament to this organization and business because she loved it. And when she got involved, she really did, but it was so natural for her. And I feel that she saw it as an outlet for her love and her extension to life. Because when she did those videos and she sat there, it was like she really was talking to God. I mean, she was just sharing as if nobody really was listening, and we all were. And so, I mean, like you guys were saying, it's unbelievable to me, even though we knew that she had, her health had gotten very low, that she's not here, but I appreciate what Melissa said this morning, what you're saying, Phyllis, because it's helpful to have a bond, an ability to share what we felt about her and to know that, she's where she belongs and she has done so much for us here. So I'm looking forward to the further tribute for her at the conference so more people can see about it. And if you guys don't know who Erica is, I'm a picture nut, and so I do have a post on my page on Facebook with her family. The love you can see on her face and the tenderness, it just touches you. So thank you guys for being there.
Absolutely. Anybody else want to speak?
Hey,
There
Phyllis.
you go, Willie Mooney.
Hey, I'm not gonna cry. I've done my crying. Well, I'm gonna try not to. But there's two uh, two things that I want to share about Erica. Being her upline, I got a chance to see a perspectives, and I think maybe I'm sure Troy, her husband, got 28 years married, got the chance to see the real deal, right? They were going to be 29 years married.
Thank you. Have a good day.
This year. But two interesting things that really stick out to me that puts me in joy, but because I'm speaking to the kind of family, I think is one of the real deals, because Erica Zachary is the real deal, right? And so let me share this, and I'll try my best not to cry. Two things that I remember, and one is when I push hard, and I push real hard. Erica seemed to just not get it. And the thing is because I'm on her upline, she would complain. By all right. Erica, she would speak her truth of whatever, Melissa shared, you shared what was going on with her. She would speak her truth. If she didn't feel well, she had no problem saying, I do not feel well. I am not feeling it, Minister Mooney. and the interesting part, even when I talked to her while she was in the hospital, I talked to her about 3 weeks ago. And this was one time that she didn't give me the same Erica that I'm used to hearing. Like this time she did not complain. And then she had the nerve to tell me that while she was in there, she was always concerned about her team and always trying to help her team. This is what I shared with our team yesterday during our team meeting. And she never would complain to her team, her downline. But by all means, she took on her due right, that if it was something that was bothering her, whatever she was going through, while she never stopped, she never quit, she would say what was bothering her, but she never gave any excuses of why she couldn't do what she knew she could do. And she was actually the one that constantly pushed her husband, Troy. She had that much power. Another thing, and this brings on something that I'll never forget, was her strength and perseverance. And let me share it this way. I remember Dr. Conti. Working with Dr. Conti, but working with them both. Erica enrolled Dr. Conti. And this was just Erica. And Dr. Conti was what we call a beast. Came into the business, and in a matter of a month, he was breaking contests. Erica enrolled her, and she hit Ruby, and then she was going for Emeralds. Like, she breezed past Sapphire. Hit 25,000 right in the same month, then was going for 50,000. When Erica found out and looked at her numbers that Dr. Conti was gonna pass her up, man, let me tell you, because Erica and Troy, Erica went to work. She was not going to let Dr. Conti hit Emerald, y'all. Emerald and her not hit it. I said, so the minute that she found out, man, that woman went to work. She was like, Minister Mooney, I got to do this. You got to help me. And she closed that month out so strong with her downline. Her and Dr. Conti hit Emerald at the same time. I'm crying, but I'm happy because that woman showed such amazing power, strength, even while speaking her truth. So I pray that it really has encouraged me that I don't care what I'm going through, and we go through a lot, but I pull on now the spirit of Erica. You get what I'm saying? In my truth and what it is that for persevering and relying on, God's strength and her strength. Excellent example, woman of God, powerful person. Back to you, Phyllis.
Oh my goodness. I just want to close because we could go on and on, but you brought up two great points. One, that she did speak her truth. On our leadership call, she spoke her truth. When she wasn't feeling it, she said it. But one thing about it, she complained to the upline. She did not take it to the downline. That's called being a coachable student. And here's somebody that didn't even want to come into the industry and do the business. And you're right, she persevered through it all. So yes, we have so many good, fond memories of Erica. And what we all should take away is her work ethic, what she did, how she did it, and made absolutely no excuses. So guys, we're going to close out. If there's no one else that would like to speak, we're going to close out and ask you all to go out and push in the spirit of Erica. And when you don't think you can do it, you better see Erica. And for those of you that don't know Erica, go on Facebook and hit Erica Zachary and get her spirit. Let it pour into you. Because if we all did what Erica could do, we would be definitely closer to $1 billion big. So go out and push, everybody. See you back here tonight. It's 7 p.m. with Dr. Betty's call. We'll be back here in the morning, 8 a.m. Central. Bye now. Have a kind of day. Bye.